Hey guys, welcome to another beautiful episode with Billionaire Habits with me, Stephen Akintayo. And today I have an interesting man. You can call him serial entrepreneur. I often use that word, but I think the way he does probably will learn, even me, I will learn from him because he's into so many businesses. And today we have, the name is funny. Lion, okay, is his name. Bayo Lion.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's your surname? Your surname can be Lion.
My official surname is Adedeji.
Okay.
But like I always tell the story. There's this man that is more popular than me. His name is Bayo Adedeji.
Okay.
So I shortened my name to Bayo Adedeji, but the guy still indexes on Google more than I do. And the man is dead. He's late now.
Yeah.
He used to be the economic secretary to Commonwealth or thereabout. Okay. He wrote a lot of books. He was a professor of economics.
Yeah.
So I kukuma put another name in my name, so I'm not competing against somebody that's passed away.
Dead.
Yeah. I still get Google alert on his name.
Wow.
That is a lecture in his honor and things like that. So I put Lion in my own name so that
Bayo Lion. Interesting. Well, but will you say you're a Lagosian properly? Because you grew up in Lagos?
Yeah, I did. I grew up, I spent most of my life in Lagos. I did work a little bit in Kano in the early part of my career, right after NYC. I did NYC in Kano, was in Kano, but I was about a 2-year stint.
Okay.
Spent about 15 or 16 years in the US. But most of my life was lived in Lagos. We're talking about Ogba.
Yeah,
I was talking about how I grew up around Ogba. I spent most of my my young life, to my early adult life in Ogba. Yeah. I'm growing up, and so hey,
But you from Lagos State?
I'm not. My parents are from Osun State.
Okay.
But I was born and bred in Lagos. I don't know what qualifies as people from Lagos anymore. Because I think I know Lagos. I don't know anywhere else. I do know Osun State quite a bit. I don't know where I'm from. I know my way around my village, from Ipetumudu, in Ife North. I went to Obafemi University, Great Ife.
Yes.
So I still did some things. I know. I still did some affinity to Osun State, but I would say I'm dual. I'm Osun State and Lagos State.
Lagos State. So why did you jackpot to America?
Looking back, I think it was for a better life, right?
Okay.
But it wasn't. I went there for school.
Okay.
I wasn't going there for. I wasn't going there to go stay.
Okay.
And I had that notion at the back of my mind that I didn't jackpot, like I was running away.
Yeah.
I had a good life here.
Okay.
I just wanted more out of life. I wanted to be a financial analyst. Wow. Actually, I wanted to be a marketing analyst first. Okay. And then I switched my career because finance pays more to finance.
Okay.
And I lived in America, I got a job.
Yeah.
But I always visited Nigeria. From the moment I got a job, I started a business in Nigeria. From the moment I could afford to, I used to come home. I married my wife from Nigeria. Wow. I used to come to Nigeria every month. At some point, yes, I was doing business. Like I was aggressive about coming to Nigeria. There is no year from 2009 that I did not come to Nigeria more than once. Wow. There is no year. Like before I moved back from 2009, there was no year. Actually, 2009, I came 4 times.
Wow.
Right? And I started coming. Actually, my next door neighbor in Bangada did not know that I lived in America. Because he saw me every month. He just thought maybe I work in Abuja, I do contract or something, and I come, this is my house. So I've always come home.
So when did you officially move back to Nigeria?
6 years ago. 2019, I got the opportunity to take over Waka Now, and I took the opportunity. I moved back, and I can tell you, I'm not jackpotting anywhere.
I know that. They may not know, but you don't look. When I went to your new, will I call it lounge club?
Yeah. New beach.
New beach club, right? Yeah. I knew you were not jackpotting anywhere. You are chopping life in Nigeria big time.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
But you worked with Google?
I worked with Amazon. So my career was very simple. Left college, worked for Harvard Meritor. I did my MBA, worked for Harvard Meritor a little bit over the summer, came back to Michigan, came back to Atlanta, finished school, dragged it out, taught in a college. I took a college teaching job for a little bit. I don't talk about that much. We'll feel everybody knew. And then I know, like, I took a job with Texas Instrument. Did that for a while. Did that for about 3.5 years. Left that. But I wanted to get into retail. I started selling shoes in Nigeria. I used to bring shoes to Nigeria. Most women my age, around their 40s, were my good customers. I used to bring 4,000 pairs of shoes. And I do a one-day sale.
One day sale.
I usually sell out my shoes in one day. It was
You've
called.
always been a sales.
Yes.
guy.
It was called Lagos Mega Shoe Sale. I saw that name was limited. I expanded to Mega Shoe Sale. People started copying the name, so I had to put my name in front of it. I called it Bayo Mega Shoe Sale to kind of own it. And we did Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. We did the Ibadan ones, and we used to just sell out of every shoe and bag I brought in. And I started doing accessories. I did that before Jumia came. Jumia bought retail, e-com. They killed the business kind of. Customers will now order 10 shoes. Try one, try all 10, return 9. I was like, never, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that crap. So I joined Walmart. I joined Walmart in finance, in the head office in Bentonville. Left that, joined PetSmart. PetSmart is retail pets.
So you're retail.
So I started selling snakes and fish and cockroaches. Like literally, that was what I was a specialty, because nobody wanted specialty. Everybody wanted to be in cat and dog. I was like, I like specialties new, because I found out that the fastest way to be a millionaire in America is to be a cricket farmer. Fastest. I can't do it. I can't race cricket, but I thought about it multiple times.
Why can't you race cricket?
I just not just family is just not my. It's just not my calling. Family is not. I don't think I can be a farmer. So I left PetSmart, then joined Amazon. Worked at Amazon. Used to work finance product for.
What's finance product?
So finance product is helping the product managers. Product managers think of all crazy ideas, then they have to bring it to me, and I take it to the finance lens and ask the question that, can he make money, right? Or can he save us money? Can he save us cost, or can he make money? And if I don't pass the product, we don't launch, we don't build the product. So I got to understand in-depthly all the product, from logistics to supply chain to everything we're bringing, because I was on the seller side. So the seller side of the business is when you take your product, I want to list it on Amazon, you're a seller. So we had a team that manages that entire relationship with sellers. On the FBA side at the time, they've since collapsed it into a team called Scott, blah, blah, blah. But my job was to understand everything. My job was not just to understand a little piece or smidget of the business, but to understand the full ecosystem, from marketing to bringing in the product, to the supply chain, to delivering it to the end customer. And then I get to learn removals. That means the product has been in our storage, we're not selling it. How do we remove it? Should we destroy it? Should we sell? What do we do with it? The entire decision I was exposed to. And I was still bored. My job was, people used to say Amazon was crazy, but I was bored because there was just more in me. I could do more than the job could offer. And I was looking for more. So shortly, when I got the opportunity to come...
Was it more money you wanted?
No. I left America for less money in Nigeria.
Really?
Knowing very well that in a matter of time, I would catch up to where I left off and I would exceed. Because I just believed, and I still do believe, that this is home. Nigeria is just home. People complain about Nigeria. I'm like, complain about what? We know how it works. We know, it's we just know it. We know what to do. I'm not American. I am now, but I can never be an American. I can really, truly never be an American. I am still, at the end of the day, I am African. I am Nigerian. I'm a Lagos boy. And that means that I can survive. And I'll leave you with this to close it out. I had lunch with a guy. And the guy said, Bayo, man, I've been following your stories from, Dundu Nation. I used to sell fried yam, to shoes.
I told you guys, serial entrepreneur.
I can't remember how many business I've done, to be honest with you. So that I followed your story. I've always followed you. I met the guy at lunch, like randomly. The guy came from Philly to Seattle, and we're having lunch with another friend. And the guy said, he just said it casually. He said, I believe, Bayo, you have an higher propensity to be successful in Nigeria than in America.
Wow.
And those words never left me. 3 months later, I was in Nigeria.
Wow.
And looking back 6 years later, it was correct. Not that I wasn't successful in America. It's just the level of success I can attain.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm even there yet. I think I just started. So it's and that's why I love this country, and that's why I never speak bad about Nigeria. I believe strongly in Nigeria. Every country has its own problem, but I believe that there is a lot. This land is a land of milk and honey, and it just takes you to kind of get out of your own skin, pack your American brain aside or your English brain aside, and just dig in. And if you can do the work, there's success here.
So are you saying those who japad and watching this should japada?
I'm not saying that. You see, time and season. I didn't go and 2 days later I moved back, right? I spent 15 to 16 years in America, you know, so...
and you took your time even to come back.
But you see, I knew when the time was right, you know, and I came back when the time was right for me. But I think that I would encourage them not to neglect Nigeria or speak bad about the country, because it's still home, and this is home. When you look at the amount of people that come to Nigeria in December to come and look at how much fun they have, like this is home. Like your cultural heritage is here, and you can't abuse the place that raised you. And for me, for those that jackpot, I say continue to keep your eyes, put close tabs on Nigeria. Big things are happening. Great things are happening. Dr. Steven is making all the money. Making a crap load of money here. You know, that's why I started the Billionaire's Habit, right? Like, think about it. Poor people don't do that, right? You know that, right? So, and by the way, I'm not a billionaire yet. But like I said,
that's not true. By the way, disclaimer: he's a billionaire. Okay. The next question is, why Wakana? I mean, you could have worked with other companies. What did you see in Wakana?
So, Wakana was started by 2 guys. They ran into troubled waters. They raised money. And they reached out to me. The firm that made the investment reached out and asked me if I was interested in moving back to help them to kind of take the company forward. I remember they were dilly-dallied on the offer. I remember vividly that I bought my own plane ticket. Wow. And I came down to Nigeria.
Your own plane ticket? Yes, I did. For a job?
Yes,
interview.
For a job, yes. No, we had finished the interview. You know, I was an arrogant employee, arrogant. I was like, no, we don't do this. I won't do that. We don't do this. I was just giving them conditions. Yeah. But I said, let me come, you know. So I came. I brought my family, actually. Wow. My kids had never been at the time. So we all came. We all came to Nigeria, got a nice apartment in Ikoyi, like, big boy, you know. Like, so came. And then I worked the business. I went to the business. I remember Obina taking me through the business. Because I called them like, hey, I'm in town. Yeah. Hey. So I went. And as I walked the building, there were people sitting on top of everyone. I mean, it was when normal people walk it, yes, they will see chaos. I saw opportunity. Wow. I saw opportunity within the chaos. I could see a business that the founders had stitched together, needle and thread. I saw it. What I saw was that, oh God, and I have a sewing machine, right? So I was like, man, we can sew this right. Yeah. We can get it right. And
you've been, at level Amazon, Walmart.
I just saw that we could do this right. Like, and I was so passionate that, man, that night I accepted the offer. That night, like, I had a meeting with the guys trying to hire me, and I was like, I'll do it. And they were like, why? I was like, I love it. I love the energy. I love the business, the employees. I asked them, how long have you been there? 7 years, 6 years, 5 years. And I was like, and this company could not pay salaries for 9 months, by the way, at the time. And people didn't leave. They stayed. They believed in the dream. And I was like, you know what? I'm coming to do this. Wow. And my wife looked at me and be like, you are mad. Like, you are literally mad. They didn't even buy our ticket. And I think March 1st makes it 6 years this year. March 1st. So about a month later, I was in Nigeria. I'd moved. I'd packed my bags, and I'd come home.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. And looking back, we took that company from loss making to profit. We went through COVID, toughest time that the business could have had. I leveraged COVID. We built that business. We built it brick by brick. I mean, I know sometimes when I walk the building now, I laugh because I wish the new guys that have joined us understand. We built it. I remember we used to do stand up every single morning, 9 a.m., standing on our feet, talking about yesterday's sales, like in details, like how much did you sell yesterday? What did you sell? Are you chasing this? We used to do that every single morning. It was crazy. We used to have fun. We used to go out to go drink and have fun. And then we come back to work the next day. At this year's Christmas party, I have a picture. The girls.
You are now the chairman.
Yeah, I'm now the group CEO. One of the employees, some of them brought their laptops to the Christmas party. And I saw it and I laughed because this is exactly why I love the business. The people that I work with every day love the business. They're passionate about it. So it ignites my own passion. And that's why I came. And that's why I'm still here. That's why I tell everyone I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going any goddamn where we die here. Because the opportunity is immense. We've taken that company from loss-making business to profit of not of $10 million annually, to employees of 200 to now 800, to being in 2 countries to now 18 countries.
Wow.
And we did all that in 6 years. And I didn't do it alone. I did it with the people that dedicated their lives and part of their lives to the organization to say that, you know what, Bayo, if you're here, you're doing this, we can do it with you. And we built it brick by brick. And of course, the visions of the founder still lives on. And I'm excited about that every day.
Yes. And you made some money in the process.
I don't know about that. I'm still looking for that money. Guys, hey, I'm still looking for that money. I'm still hustling for the money.
You made some money in the process. Now, was it the fun part that made you to start all this, your beach club, right? By the way, guys, he has an amazing, I think the last one I went was the third one.
Was Athena. But now I have 6. I have 6 assets in front of the sea.
6? Bloody.
You see, Dr. Steven, it's about your openness to opportunity.
Wow.
It's about the openness to opportunity.
Yeah.
If you tell me now there's an opportunity, I will not say no.
Wow.
I don't know how to say no. What I do is I bring out my calculator. I calculate what I call quantum.
Okay.
And
quantum.
Okay. And the quantum is this thing that you want me to come and do with you.
Yeah.
Does it have the potential to pay for my time? I value my time because I believe that the same time it takes to make 1 million is the same time that it takes to make 1 billion. The difference is what you decide to put your time into.
Wow.
The bigger the attempt, the bigger the return. A man who uses an elephant to set a bait knows exactly what he wants to catch. So
I like that.
So
I like
it's
that.
the size of attempt.
Please say that again.
Yes, now a man who uses an elephant to set a bait knows exactly what he wants to catch. Knows exactly. So when you take a step back, and when they offered me the land for free, it was a refuse dump. I saw the opportunity. I was like, in front of the sea. My children had never seen the sea before when they finally moved to Nigeria. So we used to take them to the sea to go. They loved in front of the sea. I was like, in Florida, this would be millions of dollars, and they're telling me to take it for free. But I just moved back. I was a few months in when they offered me that, and I did not say no. By the way, I didn't have money.
Wow.
I was making less. I was struggling at the time to balance between my American bill and my Nigerian bill.
Wow.
Because again, we just moved back. I was making less money. I was already dipping my hands into my savings, but I still did not say no to the opportunity. What I tell folks is, I had very little naira in my account when I started Wave Beach. 300K or 400K or thereabout.
Wow.
And
Wave Beach was the first.
And because the land they gave it to me as JV. We did JV. We did the agreement. They signed. I'm like, oh God, it's really low.
Exactly.
It's really low. and then we built the first one. And then year 1, after the first one, struggling. Every month, sometimes we don't make money. I'm looking for salaries, using my money. I'm using my salary to pay salaries. And I wanted to take a loan. And then they asked me to run my bank statement. I'd never run my bank statement for the business. So I ran the bank statement. because we do our financials weekly.
Yeah.
So I've never taken the time to do annual financials.
Yeah.
And we had not done all this at the time.
Yeah.
I ran the financials and I saw the numbers and I was like, are you joking? Like, I swear. And I didn't take out the loan. I just went back to the business. Wow. Because the weekly was not giving me the yearly view or the quarterly view. I never took the time to do that because I was just I was too deep in the running of the business. Yes. And I looked at it and I said, oh my goodness, there's opportunity here. And guess what? I took the land beside. Immediately. We're not even profitable when I took the land beside. Wow. We built an event center there. Wow. I could not get the land on this side. I went to the land after that. I took it. And that's when we built Athena. Yes. After that, we built 2 beach houses. Wow. After that, we built a children park. And now we built an aquarium inside. And all in the space of 3 years, we're going fast and furious. And it was not about profit. It was about positioning.
Oh,
right? Because that's it. Because oftentimes people think that profit should come. Yeah, and I just had lunch before I came to this, and one of the guys, his name is Niall, is my good friend and elder brother. And finally had lunch, and Niall was telling me that Bayo, he doesn't want partners anymore. I was like, why? He said they're always looking for profits on year 1, year 2, and they don't have the patience to understand that it takes a while to build. And then when the profit comes, it comes in exponential capacity because of the work that has happened behind the scenes. And that's what I did. And I continue to invest. I have a food business called Dundu Nation that is 9 years old. We had scaled to 25 locations. It failed. I shut down, had one location. One location started doing better than 25. And now, and now we now have 4. We're trying to go to VI now. We're debating, do we need it? We're making enough money. Like when we do board meetings with Dundu Nation, I laugh because, I put my money in from my days at PetSmart. From my days at Walmart. I've been putting money in for 9 years.
To Dundu Nation.
Actually, this morning, the CEO, I swear to you, this morning, the CEO sent me 2 million naira. And I said to her, what? She said, I just want to give you for relaxation. The CEO of the company gave me money.
I'm the owner. Money.
I'm the owner. I'm the owner. Actually, I will show you the alert. I just remember that Tosin sent me 2 million this morning. She just said, hey, but I just said you should take it so that, but people don't understand that it took 9 years. She gave me that money for my bonus. So I made so much money this December. I was killing it. But it took 9 years to get there.
Wow.
And one of the things that I say that anybody that chooses to be a billionaire, I'm looking into the mic now, into the camera now, is
now you know he's a billionaire.
No, I'm not. Not yet.
Now you know he's a billionaire.
Not yet.
In Naira at least.
Naira.
That's what we're saying. Billionaire is billionaire.
Yeah, but Naira is not plenty.
Billionaire is billionaire.
Well, we need billionaire in dollars.
Billionaire is billionaire.
Where we are going to is billionaire in dollars.
Yes, we know. So, but it's from where one place you hit the other now. Yeah. So billionaire in Naira, but still billionaire. Please go ahead. Look at the camera.
Honestly, if you want to be successful, you have to be patient. I never not had a job. I always have a job. I still have a job. I came from my job. I still get paid a salary. Just like the next guy. But what I say to people is I invest my time, my energy in the things that have the right quantum. That means that I can give me the right return. It doesn't mean it's immediate. It can be in the future. But I invest my time today. I work hard. I go to my beach every day if I'm in the country. No, this year is the first year that I said, okay, now it's time to take a step back. I have a management team. I'm not going there every day. But in the past 5 years of that beach, I went there. If I was in the country, I was there every day. I close from my work. I take my laptop. I go there. I sit down there. I manage. Customers who eat, I'll pack the plates. Yes, I'll clean up after them. Yes, I'm richer than the customer. Yes, I can pay what I pay, but that it doesn't matter because I'm trying to create a standard, and I do that, and that's why. Looking back, we're not done. We're not even done. We don't relish. Is when we talk about success that we talk about this. I don't consider myself successful yet. I consider myself on the path of success
as well.
On the path of success, just on the path, because there's still more to achieve. There's still bigger things.
Absolutely. So wow, this is impressive. What was your advice to? Because I love your story even more. Right, some of us. Day one, we're founders, though in the case of myself, I didn't get the job I applied, they didn't give me. So I had no choice than to just continue with business. But I love the story more of people who were employees, and then became entrepreneurs. And in your case, you're still even juggling both, right? Still being an entrepreneur, being an investor in the business, you used to be an employee in, and still also opening other businesses and things like that. What's the lesson for our people? Because in this part of the world, people feel, I can never make it helping somebody else.
You've not seen my salary. That's what I say. You've not seen how much I'm paid. I'm looking around the room. Yeah. When I was at Amazon, when I left Amazon, I was 380K. In today's currency, my if I didn't get promoted,
380K monthly
USD, no, annual.
Okay.
USD.
Okay.
USD.
Yeah.
Right? Divide that by, let's just use 360 for easy math. Divided by 12 is 30K a month. After taxes, you probably I take home like 21, 22, right? $22,000, even in today's currency.
It's still a lot of money.
It's a lot of dough. Like, honestly, you can, and that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
My contemporaries are close to $1 million a year.
Wow.
Working for someone else.
That's still there.
Yes, working for somebody else. And their stock has gone 3x, 4x. A lot of them are millionaires. If you don't learn how to manage somebody else's business, you can never learn how to manage yours. You see, some people are lucky. They became founders from day one. They figured it out along the way. A lot of us, we take somebody else's job for liberty. And then we go think we can put hard work in ours. Number one, it takes an army to build a good business.
True.
I've been in your business for like 10 minutes. I could see you have an army in this building. I know. I could see it. I could smell it. I saw the water dispenser. I saw how much water has been drank. I saw people come out in the water dispenser. People don't understand that to build an organization requires you to build an army.
True.
To build an army means that you must either have worked in the army, being a captain, or being a general, that you cannot wake up one day and be a general.
Oh,
you cannot just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm just going to become a general. Right? And expect that you understand what it takes to do that. You must have served in the army, worked in infantry, worked the field. Whether you started your own business, I'm sure you worked under somebody, whether in partnership or in learning, or somebody you went to. It takes a while to build.
True.
I have always been an entrepreneur. I've always been a founder. When I was in college, when I was in Kano, I sold tomatoes. I sold everything. I sold Ankara, I sold gold. When I was in NYC, I was selling, when I left NYC, I was selling door handles. I just sold. When I was in GSS3, I was selling waist nylon and iron, because everything that can give money. And I don't come from a poor family. I'm not one of those that'll tell you that lamba that we started, I was no issue. No. I come from an average size family. They gave me food every day. I was not hungry, but I was just hungry for more. It is the quest for more that pushes you to do more.
Wow.
And your employer will recognize it.
True.
Even if they don't reward you for it today, it will come back into play.
True.
So if you really want to be successful, you need to be able to serve. You need to be able to learn how to serve. You now need to take all the lessons during your service to take it into your own business. Let me also make this comment. I do not believe that everybody can be a founder.
Wow.
I do not. Not everybody can be a general. No. I will say that for free. I don't believe. Some of us are lucky that we're blessed with it. Some people are lieutenants.
That's true.
But you see, a lieutenant can make money.
True.
You just have to hook up to the right general.
Come on.
That's it. If you hook up to a general that does not know how to win wars, you die in battle. Literally. But if you hook up to the general that knows how to win battles, it will give the right instructions and you guys will win and you will share the spoil. Because that's the right general. Because the right general knows that he cannot do it alone. That he needs the lieutenant. But most people want to be generals without even being lieutenants. I say good luck. Because the body of the lieutenant, of the general, is not on the battlefield. It's when you all are sleeping. When they can't sleep. When they wake up and they're thinking about, what are we going to do? Are we going to feed the army? Where are we going to get water from? Where are we going to get ammunition from? Everybody just shows up and everything is rosy. But the general at that sleepless night before showing up. But again, that's the burden that we carry that people don't see.
Yeah.
Right? But again, the general makes the most money. Yes.
It does.
But the lieutenant too is good.
Yes. Come on, guys. If you're watching, just clap, right? This is good. This is good. This is good. I love this because I always say this, that I don't trust entrepreneurs who don't have scars.
Deep scars.
I don't
deep
trust.
scars. PTSD.
Exactly.
Strong PTSD.
I don't trust. I mean, all this aspire to aspire, and then you are just packaging the whole thing. No. You must have gone through some tough times. Have you had a season where you thought of, you know what, Nigeria, let's just pack and go back to America? I was doing well with Amazon.
In Mwadebi.
What happened?
Why am I here? You know, if you don't go through that, you are really not. It's like, I call it the incubation period. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know, there was one day my daughter was sick. And we were taking her to the hospital. She was, before we found out that she was taking an antibiotic that was making her bleed. I had a 6-year-old daughter that was bleeding, like she was having a pee. And I was like, why? And went to the doctor. The nurse wanted to give her injection. The nurse started beating her hand. And I was like, my daughter was crying like, why is she beating me? And I was sitting there thinking to myself that, why am I putting these people? Why am I putting these people through this? And I sat down there that we're Americans. We had a job. Amazon gave me a 3 years sabbatical. Wow. Like, so I could go back anytime. So it was not about, I could just make one phone call and maybe in a week we have the paperwork done and I'm back to work and I'll go back to the last salary I left. And in 6 months we'll do an upscaling. Like, I was good. And there were times where things were tough. Wave beating dead money. Wakana was an uphill battle. And my wife would look at me and be like, You know that sound, I mean, and those times were times that I thought about leaving. I thought about bailing. I thought about moving back. I thought about a couple of things, but there were a couple of things that make it worth my while and not make that decision to leave. Number one, if it's not rough, if it's easy, it means everybody can do it. I don't sign up for easy stuff. I'm not known for that. Actually, I have to catch myself. Brother, I have to catch myself that I'm not always doing difficult things.
Come on.
That I find easier ways to make money. There's a conversation that we have that I'm like, I'm sure there's an easier way to make money. Because I always pick the hard one. Wow. The very hard one. Like, think about this, frying yam and selling chicken. How many do you want to sell before you get to a billionaire profit? And I'm thinking to myself, why? Why can't I just go and take an oil and gas job?
Exactly.
Why? And God blessed me with a great family, a great wife, a great support system. My wife would just tell you that, Bayo, you do it. And she'll say it passively. And the encouragement that I get from that is insane. That she tells me that I can do it, that I will do it. She didn't tell me I can. She doesn't say I can. She said you will do it. Yeah. We know you. Because we're not going to sleep outside. We're going to live the good life. We're going to enjoy. Yeah. And sometimes that propels me to go out and go do more. There's one more thing. The amount of people that look up to your success.
Yes.
Oh Lord. The pressure is real.
It is.
At Waka now, leading 400 people at a point, 400 individuals in Nigeria that look up to me for energy, for strength every morning. I can't now come and become a sheep.
Hey.
I have to show up as a lion every day, irrespective of what I'm going through mentally.
Hey.
Show up. And those were the things that kept me going.
Yeah.
The faces of the people I work with, the promises I've made to them. The promises that you guys will buy nice cars. I will make sure that you are paid enough money to buy a nice house, to buy a nice car. And I promised my people that I would make sure also that you don't make the same amount every year. So every year we are under pressure to give them more money. I'm under pressure. We are all under pressure to make more money.
Yeah.
But those are the things that kept me going.
Wow.
You know, I know somebody's going to expect me to say God and Jesus and all that. My belief in God is that no matter what I decide, the blessing that He has put on top of my head continues to follow me. That is not location specific.
I love this.
That whether I decide that, you know what, I want to be cold and I want to go to Sweden, we will find success there. Because the work that needs to be done, it will get done. We will do it. We'll be better than our contemporaries. We will stand out. We'll be exemplary. We will not be mediocre. Because we're not, you know, the Bible says hot or cold, I will spill you out. We're not cold.
We are not cold.
We're always hot. Actually, we are not just hot. We are blazing hot. Fire. That's why my name is Bayo.
I love this. I love this. This is really interesting. Do you believe that entrepreneurship is the solution to Nigerians' problem? Some people think it's politics. We need to have the best president. I have argued that I think the foundation is entrepreneurship. If you look at America, I mean, we both practically have one leg or live in America. You know, I don't think it's who is the president of America that really, really influenced what's going on. Elon Musk is changing America than Donald Trump can change it.
Correct.
Let's be honest. You know, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, the entrepreneurs shape those cultures. You know, do you think that is a critical problem in Nigeria, that we're not evolving at that rate like America and some other worlds?
Somewhat. I'm somewhat in alliance. Maybe I am, but let me articulate my thoughts. I do not believe that Nigeria has a problem.
Okay.
And I say that not because there's no problem. Every country, our democracy is young. It is very young. And we're in the era of shaping that democracy. Our people are fundamentally still poor en masse.
Yes.
The poverty was not created by any government. The poverty has been there. We can argue that I believe that over the years, we're just coming out of we're in post-colonial era. And I think we need 100 years of post-colonial era. Now, this is my opinion. Is my opinion. I know I'm entitled to my opinion before you kill me online. But I believe that having great governance does help. I believe that it is left to the citizenry to pick up good governance. Number one, what's good governance? We are the ones getting into elected office. We are the ones getting into selective office. We are the ones getting into a political appointment. We are the ones. It is all citizens that are getting picked. So the decadence in government is a reflection of the decadence in the citizenry.
Society,
Number one. Number two is that we don't fight and hold accountable.
Yes, we don't do that.
All we want to do is complain and type.
So
number three is I believe very strongly that we also don't harness the opportunities around us.
Okay.
And I will give you a good example. You've been seeing a lot of articles come out on Dirty December.
Yes.
Nobody has taken a step back to ask the question that who owns most of the outlets that won in Dirty December? That Dirty December was a great time, the clubs, the restaurants, and this. Who owns the places that people came to spend money in December? Check. Majority of them are owned by non-Nigerians. The biggest ones are owned by non-Nigerians.
Wow.
The question that I have is that why are we not getting into those businesses?
Wow.
So again, I think it's easy for anybody to sit down behind a keyboard and type long articles and complain. But the truth is that we're not playing in the places that matter. So entrepreneurship is definitely a pathway forward for the country, for us to compete, to legitimately compete in places that have the financial reward. Our tech guys have built some great tech companies that are raising money. There's a new article out about Lemfi, a Nigerian owned company that just raised $53 million. That's Nigerian owned. Raising that money is not what makes it great. It's the ability that they're solving a problem for us, right? that we can then use them and then they can make profit.
True.
Profit means that they can hire more people.
Yeah.
More people means that they can liberate more people from poverty.
Yeah.
Our people go to school and don't take the education but blame the lecturer. The question is, did the lecturer show up to class? I went to college. I had a meeting yesterday with somebody on microinsurance, on insurance, and I was spitting statistics. I was on the board calculating risk factors, and the woman was looking at me and said, "I'm not an actuarist." I said, "No, but I did undergrad in Ife, right? And I did demography and social statistics, and my statistics side of my brain is still intact. But I learned that in the same school that somebody said we not learn anything." It is left to us citizenry to embrace the opportunities in front of us. Foreigners come into Nigeria. I have an article that I never published because I'm always afraid of the backlash I will get. And I don't have the bandwidth because those things don't give me money. And I'm always very careful I'm serious. I write intellectual stuff, but I'm always very careful that because they're a little controversial, that I release them, there's social media buzz, and I have to now start responding or start going to interview when I'm not going to make money from the interview. So I'm like, but the article says that Nigerians are successful everywhere except Nigeria.
Yeah.
Second line, foreigners are successful everywhere. And as I wrote that, I thought about it, that the foreigners that are coming to Nigeria never want to leave.
True.
They don't jackpot from Nigeria. They actually jackpot to Nigeria.
Exactly. True.
Right? Why?
True.
When you go to Otta, look at the factories in Otta, who owns them?
Foreigners.
Go to Agbara and look at the factories in Agbara, who owns them? Do a population studies, what percentage is owned by us? Go to Ogun State and look at the factories in Ogun State. Look how many of them is owned. Look at the things that we eat. Take all the things that we eat. Who produces them?
True.
I'm talking at en masse. Don't look at one example. Somebody will take one complaint and take everything we eat. We eat Indomie, we eat spaghetti, we eat rice, we eat palm oil, we eat oil, we eat salt, we drive cars, we do things. If you go down the list of all the things that you spend money on, now say which one is majority owned by Nigerians. What you find out is that we under index in production of wealth. And until we actually get back into wealth, where we hire our own people to work in our own factories, to produce food for our own people, we actually don't create wealth.
Wow.
So wealth is created when the citizenry picks up the mantle of creating wealth. Because guess what? As citizens, we have most of it. We have the land. We have all the means of production. We have the labor. We can beg our cousins to come and work in our store. Yes, we do. We have the capital because guess what? We can get capital. Capital is tough sometimes, but it's available with the microfinances in our society. Yes, capital is expensive, but also returns in this country is high, right? Then we have most of the factors of production, so we can do it.
Wow.
Like I said, I have a positive mindset about Nigeria, so
well, of course, you're making the billions from Nigeria.
Not yet.
You will have a positive side to it. But some people also argue that the challenges may Nigeria not happen to you.
Correct.
In the sense that people have tried to do business and we've realized that people don't understand the place of civil and criminal. Right, so I'm doing business, you bought something from me, you are not happy, suddenly I want my money back. I say, it's a customer care issue. Before you know, you've brought police. You've gotten EFCC to arrest me. This is civil. And so when people finally come out of those issues, even their family member gang up and say, never, no more business. Is it by force? Must you do entrepreneurship? Get out of here. How do we balance that? How do we start educating? I was a fella not the other day and he said, he was even telling the FCC chairman that we need to come and train your people to understand difference between civil and criminal. They don't even know. And they are the FCC officials.
Brother. I don't want to sound like I'm ignoring the hole in the donut.
Yes.
The hole exists.
Yes.
There are problems. There are legitimate issues that you see and you're like, why? Yesterday, some guys came to my office. I wanted to shut down my office. They said that we contravened, that one setback and thing, and they brought red paint and we're painting everywhere. And I had to go there and talk to them calmly and be nice to them. And as I walked away, one of the people said, "This is Nigeria's problem." I said, "No, it's a developing country's problem." Yes, everything you've described works. It happens. It's true. People misuse power. People misuse authority. Civil cases become criminal cases where you can get locked up. Where you can, like, instead of just issuing a lawsuit that you have to go to court or go to arbitration, people bring down police. Everybody shows up with guns, and you see gun. You live in America. You see people pull out guns. Like, and I don't have my Glock around, right? But I would pivot my response and say that the donut is still far bigger than the hole. And yes, those issues exist. Yes. I have had instances where I'm like, what the hell? You sign contract with people.
Exactly.
And they don't honor the contract. They default your contract the second day after signing. But you see, I'll speak Yoruba a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
I know in Nigeria that contracts don't count for shit. You can go to court, but there's time.
Yes.
That money is now lost.
Exactly.
Because if I need to do a contract with you for a 20-day project, I cannot get recourse in court in 20 days.
Yeah.
If I go to court, the time is gone.
Yeah.
The opportunity is gone.
Yeah.
Even if the court tells you to indemnify me for the value of the contract, I've lost money still.
Yeah.
Today, what I do is that I indemnify myself outside of contracts. I do my deals a little bit differently than I normally do it with, if it was in America, in a place where it's your law, across Africa.
Yeah.
Now, this problem across West Africa, let me focus on West Africa, that I do business across West Africa.
You do.
The problem is almost the same.
Yes.
People think that is more. It's the exact
thing. Ghana, Cameroon.
Same thing.
Zambia.
We must continue to work with government, number one. Number two, you and I should try our best to get into government. We should stop telling them what to do. We should go be a source of change.
Yeah.
I continue to say it's that the day a government makes a mistake and appoint me to lead,
Make a mistake,
and appoint me to lead anything. Let it be that, Bayo, we just want you to lead one classroom.
By mistake.
I'll get fired. Eventually. But in the time that I am in that position, I will do it well.
Wow.
I don't care what anybody says. Somebody says you die. I said it will be a good death. You see, until that happens, where we have names that we can call in politics today, that the daughters of the world, even the Buba Maruas of the world, like you hear NDLEA now, bro, you're afraid, right? Because they just do it well. That's if we have more of that. If the citizenry says that if you make me, if they make me minister, because I'll have a terms and conditions sheet.
Exactly.
I'll have autonomy to make the changes that are necessary to drive this business and drive the future forward. Yes. Somebody will say, no, it's not possible. You can't do a change. I say, try, make the mistake.
Just make the mistake. Just try it.
Just try it. Until we get there. So I say to us that all of us should get involved in politics, whether we run or we vote, and make sure that our vote counts. We should make sure that we can fight, both legally. And what that means is, if your civil case is taken to the police, you're telling them that it's a civil case, you're getting lawyers, you're making sure that you fight the fight, you're suing back the police if you have to. You're making sure that you're leveraging what's available to us, the criminal justice system, to kind of pursue our rights. And not giving up because at the end of the day, they start begging. They start begging. I think a couple of weeks ago, it was an incident at the beach, and some guy brought a gun, literally, and then shot in the air because there was an altercation with the security in one of my facilities. And I got called 6:30 a.m. in the morning. It happened in the middle of the night. And when I got there, there was nobody there. It was a Tuesday morning. And I was listening to what they were saying. The police, one of the guy that called me had already brought local police there. And then I heard that somebody brought a gun. I was like, they said, okay, he's an officer of the law. He works for some parastatal or that is officially can carry a gun. I was like, okay, but we're going to go to the police station. There was nothing anybody could say to me to not take him to the police station. The case got escalated so fast. And everybody was like, you should not have done. I said, why? Like, he just threatened another citizen because he was legally can carry a weapon. We will do the right thing. We will go to, I'm not saying that I will get the right outcome. But I will still do the right thing. So we went to the police. We filed the police a police report. They arrested him. And then they went to investigate. They got referred to Panti. It became a super criminal case. Wow. Let him now go deal with that. He might get out of it eventually. But I still did the right thing. The next time
he will have learned
that he has his weapon, he will think twice before firing. But most Nigerians will just say, "Me fair allow. I don't want problems. I don't want trouble." And I think that's where we get Nigeria better.
That's true. Wow. Well, we can go on and on. We've done over an hour already.
Oh God, we have? Jesus.
We've done over an hour already. You can go on and on. But this is an exciting conversation. I definitely will have to bring you back again. I have to bring you back again. Any final words?
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
What I always tell everyone is, look, sometimes when we talk about these things, it sounds very easy. We make it sound so easy. In the background of it's a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of crying nights, a lot of financial burnout, a lot of emotional burnout. But I can say to you that if you can stay the course, if you can walk the walk, and not just talk the talk, if you're not a packaging guy or a packaging girl, if you're all about doing the work and doing the right thing, that is success at the end of the tunnel. As I was reading this year's New Year resolution, I like what somebody said. He said that we're going to bring the light to the beginning of the tunnel. We're not going to wait for that light at the end. And I mean that sincerely, that if you can do the work and you're aggressive and you're bullish, you don't have to be a lion like me. You can be whatever spirit animal that you choose. But remember that if you choose to be a sheep, the lions will eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
One more word. What's the future for you? Wakana, what's the future?
Wakana is transforming. We are as we become a more global company. Our goal is to take over the whole of Africa.
Okay.
And solve travel problems across Africa. Our goal is to become a unicorn. We have a fintech that is doing exceptionally well. Is to build our ecosystem that we're closer into people's homes. I want you that every time you want to do something, I am one of the few options or one of our brands, whether it's onboard that we use for event ticketing or room day that we use for hotel or Wakana that we use for flights and hotels and local transfers or Calabash that we use for payment in terms of paying for your travel or paying at a restaurant. Or when you think about taking your family out for dinner, you think about us because you can make reservations through us. When you think about looking for experience and attractions, thinking about us, how do we bring ourselves closer to the customer to solve those problems is our goal. And as we do that, we want to become an institution. We want to live longer than First Bank, right? We want to be an institution that we're just a part of the culture when it comes to travel, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to attraction. And that we're not saying that, we're looking for, it's not just about profit for us again. It's about becoming part of that future, that your children use the same service in a different way, obviously, than you did, but are interacting with us. That's the future for Waka now. And for us, we want to build an African company by Africans that can show the world that we too can build great companies.
Inspiring. One more. I noticed you guys reduce a lot of your adverts, and maybe since you took over, but you're now more stable, more profitable. Was that intentional, and how were you able to still get the visibility without having all the billboards, all the adverts everywhere?
Our adverts didn't go down. Our adverts went up.
Oh, really?
Significantly up.
Okay.
But we were more intentional of how we do our ads.
Okay.
One of the things that we did was we measure the ROI of every spend.
Okay.
That means that for every dollar that we deploy in marketing dollars, what is the return on investment? Some people do ads for the sake of noise. I'm not as popular because I don't do ads on myself to say, Bayo Group CEO Waka now. It's not about me, it's about the brand. I believe very strongly that adverts is there is brand adverts. There is that the marketing guys they'll be rolling their eyes now in their sockets like whatever. I believe in performance marketing. Performance marketing just tells me that I spend X amount of dollars, I get Y amount of return, and I believe in it. If you go to YouTube, you're going to see us. If you go to YouTube, you're going to see us. You go to Google, you're going to find us. You go on social media. If you're on Snapchat, you're going to see us. If you're on TikTok, we are very active on TikTok, very active on Instagram. A lot of the conventional, we don't do as much TVC as we used to do back in the day because we just didn't see the return. We're probably going to come back on TVC this year just for brand positioning. We don't do as much influencer campaigns as we used to do because we also don't get the return. And it's not because we love our influencers, we love them. But again, let's say 20 people buy ticket from it. The profit I get does not pay what I paid their influencer. But again, how do we get into influencer partnership? Is what we're now looking into. But this year we want to do CAF, we want to do African Cup of Nations in Morocco. We're looking to do a couple of things. We're doing a men's trip. We're trying to take 300 men in one plane to take them somewhere for like 5 days because we don't think men get enough love. I want to do a men trip. We're doing a girls trip. We do that every year. We're doing a family trip. We're going to Morocco and London. We're doing some very interesting things this year. We're actually trying to do charter planes, to do a couple of charter planes, like 10 charter planes to multiple destinations this year, which is another level of play. To kind of win. So that's this year.
Wow.
I will get you ready for 30 December.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, pleasure.
Guys,
Pleasure.
So, I love this, right? So see you again next time. Love you. Bye-bye.